And I'm going to go to Intro to C++. Assignments. That's homework 1. Hidden until 6:45. So let me go here and make it available. So please make sure you are following along, because I'm going to try to get through it quickly. And remember, this has been recorded. So if you fall behind, then you can always go back and watch the video. And it's not due until Saturday. So let me go 6:40 here. Submit. Okay, so homework 1. Okay, so what are we trying to do here? We're just trying to create a program with one function that multiplies 2 numbers, right? We already did add numbers. I demonstrated subtract numbers. So now we're just creating a multiply numbers function, mainly to show students the development process in this class, right? So we go to SRC homework 01 in our code base here. So we go here, and now we are not in examples, we are in homeworks, right? So homework, actually it's going to be down here, homework 01. So we're like, okay, data types. And notice I have this here is as a guide, right? So how do I create a function? Well, this first is the function prototype, signature, or header. So I'm like, okay, I need to create multiply numbers. So num1, num2. So this function will accept 2 numbers and multiply them, give you back the value. Okay, so let me close this one. Actually, we don't need this one. So that was step 1, data types.header. Data types.cpp. Notice data types headers already included for us. Add numbers here. This is an example. Okay, don't mess with it, because some students, like, for some reason they delete it and then the program's not working. It's kind of like, why isn't my program working, right? So don't touch that, right? So now I write code for multiplying numbers. And I'll just create a whole number here, right? I don't have to, but I'll say return value. Actually, let me see. I think the instructions vary. Let me see here. 1 parameter. Okay, 1 parameter. So 1 parameter, and I have to remember to go back here and use 1 parameter. Okay, so that's how we create the function signature. And then what is it telling us to do? In the function, create a name variable, name it num2, assign it the value 5. Okay, what does that mean? Well, create num2, assign it the value 5. Okay, we did that. And multiply num1 and num2, return their product. Okay, so it's not giving you specific steps what to do, so you can safely create a return value, and then you can say num1 times num2, and then you return that return value variable. And that's it. Like, that's all we do here. Write code. Step 2, test code, right? So we're like, okay, so how do I test the code? We have to go to test homework, data types, homework 10 test. And we have this here. So I'll use it as a guide. I have to remember to change this text here. It cannot be the same. So I'll say verify multiply numbers function. Okay. So I have to remove this piece here, remove this piece here. And then I go back and see what it's asking me to do for the unit test. It's saying in folder, which I'm already in, test homework 01 data type test, find the file, data type CPP, blah, blah, blah. I have that open already. Create an assertion using the required function to verify that calling the multiply numbers function with parameter 10 returns the value 50. What does that mean? It's saying that if we call multiply numbers with value 5, parameter 10, so parameter 10 should give us the value 50. And if we say multiply numbers with value 2, then it should give us the value 10 back, right? So very simple example. I'm just introducing students to the development process in this class. Okay, so right click, run in terminal. Remember, this has been recorded, right? And the assignment is due on Saturday. But if you want to get it out of the way, then you can follow along right now. Okay, so notice everything's green, meaning my code works as expected. And if I run the program and then I hit up arrow, and then I'll do space, -s, enter, then I can see details, right? This is what I'm interested in. So calling multiply numbers with value 10 gives me 50, 50 equals 50. Multiply numbers with value 2 should give me 10, 10 equals 10. Okay, so that's good. So now let's see, what else is this asking us to do? Write code for the main program. Okay, we've not talked about the CEN object, but if you recall, let me see. Cout and CIN are in stud main namespace, and both of them are in IOStream. So the first step is include IOStream. The second step is to help C++ narrow down the namespace. How do we do that? Well, first we have to go to main.cpp. So we have to go find main.cpp. It's right here, main.cpp, homework 01, right? So we're like, okay, write include statements. I am working with data types, so I have to say include data types. And I want to use cout, character output, cin, character input. So include IOStream. Now write namespace for cout and cin. Here we say using from the standard library cout and using from the standard library cin. And now my configuration for displaying and reading from keyboard, displaying to screen, reading from keyboard is ready to go. And now it's just asking me to create an int variable, name it num. Okay. Int num, and we'll give it the value 0 for now. So we say 0. Use the cin object to capture a number from the keyboard, assign the number to num. Okay, so first we have to help the user, and we say cout, the user will see, enter a number. And then we say with cin, character input, whatever value the user gives me, notice the insertion operators are saying I'll stuff into the num variable, right? So value from keyboard saved into the num variable. And then create a variable name result. Okay, create a variable name result. So integer result equals 0. What do we do with that variable? Call the multiply numbers with num as its parameter. Assign the return value of the function multiply numbers to the result variable. Okay, so this is what we do here. We're simply saying result equals multiply numbers. Whatever value we get from the keyboard, we send it in as the function argument, and then we display the value, right? So value is, I don't know if I asked for specific output, but this should be good enough. Value is that. Okay, now let's go back and see what else it's asking for. Create an int variable named num1, assign it value 4. Okay, just giving us practice creating variables. So integer num1 equal 4. Call the function multiply numbers with num1 as its parameter, assign its return value to the result variable. Okay, so we call it again. So we're like, okay, result equals multiply numbers with num1, and then we can say cout value is, right? So we display the value one more time, and then we run it. So hw01exe, right click, run in terminal. Enter a number. Notice here it's waiting for me to enter a number, number 10. Value is 50, and then value is 20, right? So it pauses here so I can enter a number, and once I do that, then it runs the rest of the program. And that is the solution for homework 1, right? So let me commit that. So homework 1 solution, commit, yes. And push it. It should be in GitHub, right? So let me see here. Was it this one? Just make sure it's on GitHub. Oh, that's a Python one. So notice here I have 7 commits, and now homework solutions there. If you just click on the commits here, then you can see a history of what I've done so far to my code. Today's examples here. This failed because I hadn't changed the test case, but once I changed it, notice now it's green, so I'm okay. And homework 1 solutions there. And that should do it for today's lecture, right? So I'm gonna stop the recording.